an anti-fragile asset, and every one of these crises strengthens it. The network becomes stronger and healthier. The price is extremely volatile, as is the case with most innovations and new technologies in their early days. We think that the entire ecosystem is going to appreciate from $1 trillion today to $25 trillion by 2030.
캐시우드는 아크인베스트의 창업자이자 CEO인 미국의 사업가 및 투자자입니다. 그녀는 600억 달러 이상의 자산을 성공적으로 관리한 경력을 가지고 있습니다. 아크인베스트의 캐시우드와 그녀의 팀은 오늘날 상당한 성장을 이룬 기업에 대한 성공적인 예측과 초기 투자를 한 것으로 잘 알려져 있습니다. 캐시우드의 가장 성공적인 예측 중 하나는 우리가 잘 알고 있는 테슬라에 대한 초기 투자였습니다. 아크인베스트는 테슬라의 잠재력을 최초로 인식한 투자자 중 하나였으며 우드와 그녀의 팀은 2013년에 주가가 약 $10였을 때 회사 주식을 매수하기 시작했습니다. 캐시우드가 주식을 처음 매수한 이후로 테슬라 주가는 1000% 상승했습니다. 그녀는 또한 유전체학, 로봇공학 및 인공지능과 같은 다른 산업에서도 성공적인 예측을 내놓았습니다. 또한 캐시우드는 비트코인에 대해 장기간 지지해온 사람으로서 전통적인 금융 시스템의 혁명을 일으킬 수 있는 잠재력을 갖고 있다고 일관되게 주장해왔습니다. 최근 인터뷰에서 캐시우드는 다음 5년 내에 비트코인 가격이 코인당 $500,000에 이를 수 있으며 궁극적으로는 기회와 혁신 잠재력이 약 $25조 이르기 때문에 코인당 $1,000,000에 이를 수 있다고 말했습니다. 캐시우드는 지난해에는 투명하지 않은 기업들로 인해 비트코인이 피해를 입었다고 언급했습니다. 하지만 2023년에는 이러한 상황이 변화했다고 분석하고 있습니다. 캐시우드는 오늘날을 개인 투자자들이 매달 $200만 투자하여 백만장자가 될 수 있는 시기라고 말하고 있습니다. 멀지 않은 미래에 비트코인당 가격이 $1,000,000에 이를 것이라는 그녀의 예측은 가상화폐 자산이 금보다 가치 저장 수단으로서 더 우수하며 기관의 비트코인 채택이 계속해서 가격을 높이는 요인이 될 것이라는 믿음에 기반하고 있습니다. 또한 캐시우드는 비트코인이 중개거래수단으로 사용될 수 있는 잠재력에 대해 대단히 낙관적으로 바라보고 있습니다. 비트코인의 속도와 거래 수수료가 기존 결제 방식에 비해 주요한 장점이라고 언급하며 상인과 소비자들의 비트코인 수용이 증가함에 따라 비트코인의 채택과 가격 상승을 촉진할 것이라 주장하였습니다. 이처럼 캐시우드는 비트코인과 이더리움과 같은 탈중앙화된 암호화폐에 대하여 낙관적인 견해를 가진 것으로 유명합니다. 그녀는 이러한 암호화폐들이 전통적인 금융 시스템을 혁신하고 더 투명하고 효율적인 새로운 경제 모델을 창출할 잠재력을 갖고 있다고 믿고 있습니다. 사실 그동안 캐시우드는 탈중앙화된 암호화폐가 가지는 혜택에 대해 많이 언급해왔습니다. 암호화폐가 정부와 금융기관의 중앙 집중적인 통제를 우회할 수 있는 능력을 가지고 있을 뿐만 아니라 개인에게 파이낸셜 프리덤을 안겨줄 수 있다고도 하였습니다. 그녀는 또한 암호화폐의 기반이 되는 블록체인 기술을 칭찬하며 더 안전하고 투명한 금융 시스템을 만들 수 있는 잠재력을 갖고 있다고도 주장하고 있습니다. 비트코인과 이더리움 외에도 캐시우드는 솔라나와 폴카닷과 같은 다른 탈중앙화된 암호화폐에도 많은 관심을 나타내고 있습니다. 그녀는 이러한 암호화폐들은 전통적인 금융과 다른 산업을 혁신할 잠재력이 있다고 믿고 있습니다. 그러나 캐시우드는 탈중앙화된 암호화폐에 대해 긍정적인 입장을 취하면서도 시장이 변동성을 가질 수 있다고 말하며 조심해야 한다고 조언하였습니다. 그녀는 암호화폐 투자 시 다양성과 장기적인 사고의 중요성을 강조했으며 업계의 최신 동향에 대해 정보를 지속적으로 습득하고 교육받는 것의 필요성을 강조하였습니다. 이처럼 캐시우드는 탈중앙화된 암호화폐에 대해 대단히 긍정적인 견해를 가지고 있으며 이를 금융과 기술의 미래 혁신 요소로 보고 있습니다.
Last year was a terrible year for crypto. But why was it such a bad year? The first reason was algorithmic stable coins. We didn't believe in those at all. They weren't rules-based, and so that was the Terra Luna fiasco. So you have to do your research in this space and not try to ride a dream of some sorts. But then if you look at Celsius, 3AC, FTX, all of them went bankrupt. Why? They were centralized and opaque, not transparent at all. In fact, Sam Bankman-Fried, so SBF, as everyone came to know him, he didn't even like Bitcoin. Why not? Bitcoin is totally decentralized, completely transparent, and auditable. He couldn't control it. And of course, he thought he was a master of the universe. So Bitcoin actually, and Ether, neither Bitcoin nor Ethereum, those two networks skipped a beat throughout all of those controversies. All of the transactions cleared, all of the margin calls that were a part of smart contract, they were satisfied. So actually those crises proved the concept. Now we come to the banking crisis this year. Just think about what a proof of concept this is. Decentralized, transparent, audible networks didn't skip a beat. And here we had, stocks halted in the stock market, in the regional banking space, because there were bank runs taking place. That of course was not happening on these decentralized networks. And so I think that, as you say, digital gold has now gained even more credibility. It came out of the last crisis, the 08-09 crisis is when Bitcoin emerged, and it took another crisis for others to understand, oh, wow, maybe our banking system isn't as safe as I thought it was, and maybe I need a hedge against that. Bitcoin is a very good hedge. It's a great insurance policy. I think it is an anti-fragile asset, and every one of these crises strengthens it. The network becomes stronger and healthier, and we have metrics to manage that. The price is extremely volatile, as is the case with most innovations and new technologies in their early days. There's a lot of uncertainty. Why? And this is a perfect example. There's the old guard, and they're trying to say, we're going to wipe this innovation off the face of the earth. It has no reason to exist. And the innovation just gets stronger and stronger and stronger with time. And if you look at the measurements of the health of the network, the Bitcoin network, the Ethereum network, their health has actually improved through all of this turmoil. So that's essentially what I would say. And we think that crypto is three revolutions in one. One is the money revolution, which is what we're talking about here when we talk about Bitcoin. And that could be the biggest of the revolutions. The first global private, no government interference, a digital rules-based monetary policy with no central point of failure. Who knew Silicon Valley Bank was going to be a central point of failure? Nobody. It's shocking. But I will tell you, just in terms of setting this up a bit, the second revolution, let me do this first. Second revolution is a financial services revolution, and that's called DeFi. Many people call it DeFi. Ethereum is the network most used for this. Chris Berniski, who was our first analyst, would like to name it the Internet Financial Services Revolution. That way more people will understand it. DeFi sounds gimmicky, and I agree that might be so. But we do think that it's going to revolutionize financial services and collapse the cost. And then the third revolution, Web3, Metaverse, is effectively, for the first time, digital property rights. That's a big idea too. So we think that crypto, the entire ecosystem, is going to appreciate from $1 trillion today, and Bitcoin's just a little less than half of that, to $25 trillion by 2030. These are very big ideas. Now, to get to the economics part of this, the reason we're going through this crisis is two serious mistaken assumptions that banks and bank examiners have made, and also that the Fed has made. The first is that interest rates, after we went through COVID and we were worrying about a depression, banks said they were flooded with cash from the stimulus programs. And so banks put it to work in long-term interest rates, which at the time were only really 1.5%, because they thought the economy was going to be shut down for a very long time. And the Fed told them that it thought that the economy was going to be down and out for quite a while. So they put money into securities at 1.5%, and never dreaming that the Fed would raise interest rates by 19-fold in 1 year. Well, that happened. That has never happened in history. In fact, the biggest increase that we have seen in a short period of time was twofold back in the early 80s under Fed Chairman Volcker when he was trying to strangle inflation. But 19-fold, this would be, this is, a magnitude earthquake we have never seen in the financial system. The economic measures that the Fed is basing its policies on are old. They're based in the industrial age, and they get revised in major ways as technology begins to inform them that, wait a minute, we're not measuring this correctly. And so we think they've been relying on lagging indicators.